that time of the week again. Exotic fruit of the week. These aren't exactly exotic. Kiwis are on sale at Aldi for $2 and something, which was actually a really good deal because this was a 2-pound container, so like just over $1 a pound for the kiwis. I was super happy about that because I love kiwis. And then there were these. So I'm more of a thinking person than a feeling person. When I was at Aldi this week, I saw those oranges, and my heart told me, you don't want those oranges. You bought them last year, and they weren't very good. And my brain, the factual side of me, said, buy those oranges. They're a good deal. I think they were like, what is this, a 4-pound bag? 4-pound bag for $2, right? So that's a really good deal. So my heart lost out and I bought the oranges. Then I got home and what do you think? They're the same oranges. They're not wonderful. They're hard to peel and they don't taste very good. So I guess sometimes it's okay to listen to your feelings. Some dried orange slices that I did. I've got to show you though. I baked some in the oven. They turned out like this. I was really disappointed. So I had to throw all those out. I'm going to throw these out too. I just wanted to show you. But these I just did in the dehydrator. They're about an 1/8 inch, an 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch thick before you dry them, and then after you dry them, they're a lot thinner. So I really like the colors on these. I did have a couple that looked a little more brown. So I guess you have to watch it to make sure they don't get super brown. But this is about, I'd say about 2 to 3 oranges worth. So, yeah, it wasn't a smashingly frugal thing to do, but it's kind of the thing to do this year. I've got a couple friends that did it on their trees, and it's all over Pinterest, so I think I'll do a garland or just hang them on the tree. Here is the cookie decorating mess from this morning. This is called Decorating Gingerbread Cookies with a 2-year-old. Some of these I'm not so proud of, but do what you can. I think these turn out the best, that I did little dots, little dots and then loops. I feel like those turn out the best for the least effort, and I couldn't find my other tips. All I have is this tiny little tip, and then I just put it in a plastic bag. So this is like the cheap, fast, easy version of decorating cookies. I was so excited the other day, yesterday. I went out to the chicken coop and I found 2 green eggs. So that was pretty neat because my 2 chickens that are left have not been laying any eggs. So today I'm going to have 1 store-bought egg and 2 wonderful eggs laid by my own chickens. So I do use the Montessori method a lot for teaching our daughter stuff, and I use it as a filter to pick out books and toys for her. And one of the things that a lot of people use for toys for that kind of learning style is Schleich animals or similar brands. Pretty much they're really high quality animal toys, and they're also really expensive. They're anywhere from like $2 to $10 and more for individual animals. So as you can imagine, that gets really super pricey. And I got a bunch of, not a bunch, like 5 of Safari LTD animals right off their website. And they were, I bought them from the clearance section on the website, but they were still about $3 or $4 each. And then, where else? I got some at a garage sale. I think it was a group of like 5 for, I don't know, a couple bucks, $3. So those are the best deal. And then I've also bought a couple of Safari's tubes. It's spelled TOOB. And each tube has like 10 little animals. So they're a decently good deal, about $1 an animal, but they're tiny animals. And I prefer to buy the bigger ones. I actually just bought our daughter some for a Christmas present. And my husband jokes that they're half for me because I like them so much. And those were really expensive. It was like a set of 3 for $20. So you can imagine my wonderful delight when I found one at TSC for just over $2. Here's my little TSC find. It's a wild boar, and it was $2.19. They also had a broken horse, a broken Schleich horse there, and a dinosaur, but I passed on those. I'm not really a fan of dinosaur toys yet. I'm not going to buy something broken just because it's on sale. So here is a gingerbread house piece. The way I'm doing it is I put a piece of wax paper down. That's really the best way to do it. And then I put my pattern on top, and I try to put the glossy side, let's see, here you can see what this is made of. I try to put the glossy side toward the dough, and then take you over here. I'll just transfer it over here to this parchment covered cookie sheet, and then afterwards I've decided to cut the windows afterwards. So here are all of my pieces. I've got 2 sides, two parts for the roof, and then this one's on the end. 2 long sides. And you can see the way I did the windows was I just cut little eye marks, and then you pull those flabs. You just flip them over. So those make really nice windows. And then the last tip, that is a really good tip that I learned from another YouTuber, was to use a straw and punch holes in each corner. And then what you'll do is you'll take a twist tie and use that to hold it together before you put the edible glue on. Here I literally crushed 4 dum-dums in a plastic bag. I just unwrapped them, put them in there, and then whacked them with a rolling pin on a cutting board. And now they're crushed into these little pieces. Here you can see the gingerbread house as it's assembled. How my sucker stained glass windows turned out. So pretty much the holes were baked in. And then I used twist ties to put everything together. And it looks a little hobbled together now, but after you put icing on, it looks a little more cleaned up. We're just going to snip some of it right off. And now I'll go along the top here. Let's see if that bubbles out. Oh boy. This might be not a good idea. Usually, I'm not the best at piping, but I've discovered that usually if it's uniform, it looks okay. So here, like, see, those look a little different, and they start getting fat, and then they kind of look skinny. Whether they're fat or skinny, if they're just either or, it's probably going to turn out better than if, oops, see, these are looking kind of bad. Then if it goes fat, skinny, fat, skinny, fat, fat, skinny, fat, skinny, skinny. I don't know. Of course, it probably doesn't help that I'm just using a plastic bag, or that my my royal icing here is like 3 days old. But we work with what we have, and it's hard to do this with my 2-year-old hanging around. So I do it in the mornings or when she's sleeping. So I just do it when I have the time. Hopefully when she gets older, we can do it together. I did make the dough with her and bake the I did the cookies with her. The cookies to me aren't, it's not that important if they turn out perfect, but because this is going to be a decoration, I really want it to look as nice as I can make it look. So I did a lot of this part just by myself.